Talk to me a little bit about New Murabba and what we can expect from this new development. It's the newest giga project for Saudi Arabia. So how does it play in to the Crown Prince's strategy for Vision 2030?
Well, as you say, it's one of the newest projects, and it's the beauty of New Murabba. It's in the heart of Riyadh, and it occupies an area of 19 square kilometers, and is going to add about 27 million square meters of GFA to the capital in terms of the amount of real estate. And people pretty much think of the Muka'ab. They don't always recognize that there's a massive development all around it, which is the New Murabba development. We're going to have over 100,000 residential units. We're going to have obviously all the other community and facilities and the other things that people require when you have a development of this size. So we're going to have multiple schools, hospitals, clinics, leisure and entertainment facilities, commercial and hospitality. But if you think of a size of over 100,000 residential units, you're looking at over 400,000 population within that. And what makes this development really special is the addition of the Muka'ab at its heart.
Talk to me a little bit about the feasibility of this project. Some of the criticism of the giga projects in Saudi Arabia is that they're overpromised. The goal is 2030 kind of delivery date, which obviously you have as well. Talk to me a little bit about some of the challenges you might face in delivering this project by 2030.
So I think from a feasibility point of view, given that fundamentally it's a large real estate development project at a community scale, that business model is very well understood and the feasibility is understood. And so we're comfortable that we'll be able to provide the returns that are expected of a similar company and the expectation of our shareholders. The timeline is always going to be challenging, but we're confident that, particularly in Riyadh, where the demand is known, there is a strong demand for high quality accommodation within the different price points for customers. We're confident that that market exists, and so we'll be able to fulfill that demand. And then it becomes a supply chain. How do we manage the supply chain to be able to work with us? It's unrealistic to expect that we as a developer can do everything ourselves, and we're looking to partner with the private sector to develop, a certain amount of the project on a partnership basis.
And you're expecting to add about $48 billion to Saudi Arabia's GDP. How do you expect that to work?
Well, when you look at the impact of these projects on the GDP, there's multiple layers. There's the layers during the construction. How are you activating the local supply chain? How are you making sure you're using local goods and services to make sure that you're enabling that whole ecosystem around you, not just for the duration of your project, but actually on an ongoing basis. And then that supply chain continues to then, as it matures, it's able to offer its goods and services to a much wider audience. And then once the project's finished, if you think about the number of jobs that we'll be creating, we're going to have over 10,000 hotel rooms within the project. All of those need people that can operate those hotels, that can service them. They can be used as function spaces. They'll be used as part of the city stock. And the same with managing the community. So at every aspect, you're creating jobs they're adding value, not just during the construction phase, but really throughout the lifetime of the project. One of the other things we're looking to do, given the strong technology play with this project, is to enable the young creative content entrepreneurs and artistics who are going to help us create all these virtual environments. They exist, but they're not working within a cohesive ecosystem. We feel that we're able to provide that platform to create that ecosystem for them so that they can actually come and thrive. So by the time we open, we are able to tap into this large ecosystem that we've helped create.